Hello, everybody. This is the Chocolate News Podcast. I'm your co-host, John Alexander Reese.
And I'm your co-host, Andrea Carter.
And if you did not know, the Cincinnati Herald has been around since 1955 and is the leading African American owned newspaper in the greater Cincinnati area and Northern Kentucky area. How's it going, Andrea?
It's going fine. In fact, I'm in a really good mood
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
because I had a fat girl moment today. And when I say fat girl moment, you know how you hang on to those clothes that you've gotten too big and you can't wear them anymore?
Yeah.
So I was going through putting together a Goodwill bag, and there were 5 suits that I tried on, and I got back into all of them.
All right. All right. All right.
So that was like I was doing a dance because I got chapter meeting this weekend and I now have a green suit to wear because I was fretting over what I was going to wear. So now I have something to wear. So that was my fat girl moment for the day. So I'm in extremely good mood. So we can just, move on with the day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's like I'm in a good mood too because we have a guest with us today actually. Is
Yes.
Tisha Campbell. How's it going, girl?
Hey guys, hi John, hi Andrea.
Hi. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, no problem. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, just forgive me for the fat girl moment. So, we'll just move right on.
No, that's more cushion for the pushing. You don't you even fret that, okay?
Well, I mean, it's every woman can sympathize and agree that you have that one pair of jeans or one that suit or something that sits in the closet forever, and then that one moment was like, oh, they fit again. Okay, so that was my today's moment. So
Yeah,
Okay.
anyway,
whatever's healthier.
oh yes, very good mental health. Then I'm going over a friend's house later on to have a drink, so that is to celebrate. So
Good for you. Good for
Okay.
you. How y'all doing out there in Cincinnati?
Doing
oh,
pretty good.
doing very well, doing very well.
Well, I know y'all heard I'm coming to visit.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we did hear that. And
Yes, I'm coming to the Cincinnati area. I am so excited. You know, I got ties in Oklahoma now. I mean, sorry, in Ohio now. I have a lot of family members that live in Cleveland. I have a lot of family members that live all over Ohio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
did not know
s-
that.
did
Mhm.
not know that. But every area has a favorite food item or amusement park or things like that. For Cincinnati, if you come to Cincinnati, you're going to hear about Skyline
Chili.
Graders,
And
Yeah,
the
Skyline
chili.
chili.
Chili, got
Yes.
Skyline Chili, Graders ice cream, which I do recommend,
Okay.
um, and Grippo's potato chips.
Nice. Okay.
And
I'll
what's the wait a
try
minute,
it all.
there's
I'm
one more
open.
though. What's the other one?
What are you talking about UDF ice cream? Because we got
Oh, well,
graders.
yeah, Graders is number one, then you have UDF, then you have Algomislis, but Graders is number one.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker keeps Graders in her refrigerator.
that is
Um,
true.
and Skyline Chili, if you like chili, spaghetti, cheese, that's three
All of those
way.
things sound good to me. So I know where to go when I come there to go
Well,
get some chili.
Skyline is celebrating their 75th anniversary.
Nice.
So, but there's also Gold Star, but Skyline's number one. Then there's Gold Star. So, but
Yeah.
anyway.
But we'll talk about Tisha coming to Cincinnati in the later part of our show. Right now we want to do the chocolate news portion. But before we head into chocolate news, I want to remind everyone, I know in last week's episode we were talking about the Cincy Power Awards, and that's basically we're celebrating the excellence and achievements of Black-owned businesses in Greater Cincinnati. And you can vote on your nominations right now. It's right on our website. Voting began this past Monday, and nominations will close on November the 4th, and then the actual voting will begin on November 18th. But right now, you just go to the website, you choose a category. We got like different subcategories. So like it's food and beverage. If you want to pick like your favorite restaurant or whatever, you just type in a restaurant and it'll tally your vote. So we've already got like so many entries. So just keep on, keep on vote, keep on putting your nominations in and everything. So yeah. And so
Actually,
Andrew, oh, go ahead, Andrew.
no, I was just saying I have a couple of ideas of who I want to nominate, but I know for Tisha, since she's coming, she's going to have to go to a couple of soul food restaurants that are downtown.
Ooh, what y'all got out there? What's going on?
There is what is it, Soul Secrets on
Yeah,
Vine
Soul
Street.
Secrets. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It is their catfish is divine. And
Just
next to it is Nostalgia, the black owned wine bar right next door to it.
yeah. Oh, just cooking barbecue.
Oh, just cooking, yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else is there? I know I'm making her hungry.
Oh,
Um,
Ollie's Trolley.
oh yes, Ollie's Trolley. It's more
Yeah.
of an outdoor restaurant style on the edge of downtown. He's been around forever.
Oh yeah, he
Um,
has.
and those are just to name a few, just
Oh,
to sweeten.
just queuing. Don't forget about just queuing.
Oh, just Kewen
Yeah.
is award with actually
Biden was
President
there.
Biden visited just Kewen
Yeah.
in Walnut Hills.
We had a picture of him eating, but we had to take it down.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think I think that's pretty much it for the beginning
Yeah.
of
Just a
for a
little
first
jumping off
time.
points. Yeah.
Yes. And if you want to explore history, there's the Freedom Center as well.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah. But anyway, Andrea, what's the chocolate news of the week?
well, the chocolate news of the week, real quick. One, everyone's heard that, our beloved Cissy Houston died recently. The mother of Whitney Houston. But Cissy Houston, she was a two-time Grammy Award-winning soul and gospel singer. She was known to sing with Aretha Franklin, Elvis Presley, other stars. She would back up stars. She would back up Whitney from time to time. She appeared in a couple of movies with Whitney, in supporting roles. She really was the matriarch of the Houston family, and it's kind of sad that she is gone because she really had a powerful voice and she will be very well missed. Also, Matumbo, I hope I pronounced his name right because I butcher names from time to time. He also passed last week, the great basketball player. He was known to be very generous. He was known to just smile whenever he made a basket. And, so sad to hear both of their passings. But also, I wanted to mention congratulations to Coco Gauff. After a little lull in her winning streak, she found victory in the China Open on Sunday. She beat Carolina Makovia 6-1, 6-3 in straight sets. And for the 20-year-old, this is her first win. This is the first time America has won the tournament since Serena Williams in 2013. So congratulations to Coco, real quick. Speaking of food, Skyline Chili is celebrating 75 years. So, that means I'm gonna have to go out and get me my four-way. That's the chili, the spaghetti, the cheese, and onions. Five-way is with beans, and then you add the oyster crackers. I just do four-way. And or do the cheese coney, which is hot dog with chili on it with cheese and a little bit of onion. So either way, it's all good. Very filling. Congratulations to them. So go out and enjoy your Skyline. Also, Woodward High School. Now, everyone locally is always bragging about what basketball team they support.
Oh yeah,
Well,
of course.
Woodward named James Millen as its new basketball coach for the school. So, pending approval by the school board, um, Millen, just giving a little background, he has coached at various levels for youth in both in youth leagues and professional teams. He is a former Schroeder High School graduate. He's looking forward to helping to update and advance the basketball team at Woodward High School. So I'm looking forward to see what he does this year because Taft has been on fire both basketball and football. So it's going to be interesting to see what Woodward does. So.
Hmm.
And also congratulations to Corinne Jean-Pierre. President Biden elevated her to senior advisor in his administration. She's still going to be press secretary, but now she's also going to take on the duties as a senior advisor. Congratulations to her. And then finally, we just want to send out a prayer for everyone who is in the path of Hurricane Milton. Just pray that you got out in time, that you take on all the reminders and encouragement to get out as soon as possible. The storm is supposed to expected to hit at around midnight tonight. There have been tornado warnings already around the state. I know my father and my sister, who are not in the path, they're more on the East Coast, down south a little bit in West Palm. But they're seeing the rain, they're feeling the wind, and they said it's just going to get more intense as the storm goes across the state. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, and that is all the chocolate news for today.
Okay, well, thank you, Andrea. And now let's move on to the second half of our show. And we're headed back to Tisha Campbell. Want to reintroduce herself. She's an award-winning actress. So glad to have you on our show, Tisha. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, you're doing stand-up at Liberty Township this weekend, correct? Yeah, Funny Bone. Yeah,
Funny Bone, yeah, at the Funny Bone Club. Yeah, me and Vanessa Mitchell, we started doing stand-up together all over the place, actually separately, but we've been traveling together, and it's been what an incredible ride. I started doing this year, and it was something that a lot of comedians that I've worked with, they've all tried to encourage me to do stand-up, but I was always afraid. I was always scared. And it kind of happened by mistake that I went up. I was actually in Washington, D.C., supporting a friend of mine, D Nice, and Club Quarantine, and he had a residency at the Kennedy Center. And
nice.
Yeah, and it was a 3-day residency. It was comedy first night, Club Quarantine, then Club Quarantine Gospel the third night. But he lost his host fell out, and he asked me, since I'm already there, can I, bring some comedians up? And I was like, sure, I can bring people up. And then they were like, yeah, you need to do 15 minutes before they come up. And I was like, huh? What? Who? Me? Do 15 minutes. And that's kind of how it happened. By the time I got off the stage, I had a stand-up agent and I was booked to start doing things. So this all happened this year. I've always wanted to do it, like I said, but I was always afraid to. So now I've stepped in it. I'm one of those kinds of persons that will just, I'm like a dog with a bone. Once I have it, I won't let it go. And it's been an incredible ride so far. And I'm really excited about doing stand-up. It's fun.
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised that you're doing stand-up
Really?
because, well, let's put it like this. If you can stand up and hold your own with Tisha Arnold, Martin Lawrence, and Damon Wayans, you got
Yeah.
to be good. So
I learned a lot from all of those people. I mean, Tashina and I, we've grown up together. And that's the wonderful thing about doing stand-up. You get to know me on a different level. Like most people, they know caricatures of me or characters that I've played, but they don't really know me, right? So it's really fun to have an audience and they get to know you for who you are, and you get to tell your truths and you get to have fun doing it,
I would say, why do you think you were afraid to do it? I mean, what was the
great
fear?
question. Great question. So during the 90s, in 1990s, it was a time where a lot of comedians, especially male comedians, were getting deals, getting like TV deals. And I was known for doing drama. I was not known for doing comedy at all. And I couldn't even get arrested doing comedy. As a matter of fact, I auditioned for this one sitcom, and the casting director said, you need sitcom classes. And I was like, oh, where do I get those? And she was like, there aren't any. And so I knew I was in trouble. So what I did was I started going to the comedy act theaters, comedy stores, the Laugh Factories, all these different comedy venues. And I would just sit in the back with the comedians to try to figure out what comedy was. And so while I was back there, back then, it was really cutthroat. Back then, they would talk about each other really badly as they were going up to the stage. Like, it was just such a cutthroat business that I was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Now, I did figure out what comedy was. I did figure out that there's a thin line. The comedians that were really good told their truths, told their story. And there's a thin line between comedy and drama. So once I figured that out, I was, like you said, able to work with some of these, really amazing comedians and try to hold my own or support them in some kind of way. But that's how it started. And that's where it had ended for me with stand-up, because I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have nothing to do with these people. They are mean to each other. But now it's a different day and age. And I found now that I've started taking this journey, there's so, like, every comedian around me has been so supportive and uplifting and pushing me. They were like, finally, it's about time. We knew you could do it. So it's been really a nice ride. It really has.
I mean, what do you find, what topics do you find most comfortable talking about?
Myself. I
Okay.
always talking about me, talking about my son. I have a son on the spectrum. I talk about being single now and being a single mom, being a single period. All of it.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot
Oh
right there.
God. But yeah, we talk about all kinds of things on there.
I would say what has been what is I would say in embarking on this journey, what is about writing the jokes? Have you found that difficult to be able to, I'm going to say this, or is this going to be funny, or is that not going to be funny? I mean, how do you pick your jokes, so
It's
to
hard.
speak?
It's hard to, you have to literally, the only way you can pick a joke is to go up and try a joke.
Ooh.
I know. And you will, and there are moments where you will sit there and you will bomb. Like it is not funny. And you go, okay, I'm not going to use that joke again. Like, it's literally the only way to test a joke is to go up and say the joke.
Oh, because
It
I
is
know.
horrible. It is the scariest thing you could ever do, but it is so satisfying when you do get the reaction that you were hoping for.
So to get over the fear, even though you jumped in and did it, I mean,
Yeah.
do you imagine people naked? Do you imagine people looking
No,
like
no,
so? I
no,
mean,
no.
I'm sure you're nervous every single time you go out there,
I am, but I don't show it. I'm nervous for everything. Everything I've ever done, I'm nervous for. Like, if I'm writing, if I'm in front of the camera, behind the camera, I'm always nervous. That never goes away. I just don't show
okay.
it. I just don't show it.
Well, because I've seen some of the films that have taken a look behind the scenes of what comedy is. I mean, Tom Hanks did that movie where he played a comedian. You've seen
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam,
Yeah.
then you also seen Williams. He just passed not too long ago, but he was known for Mrs. Doubtfire. I cannot think of his name right
Oh,
now.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, who improvisation. Do you ever do any improvisation or try to do anything like that, or you just
I
strictly stick to what you know?
No, I'm the only improv that I do is in front of the camera, because a lot of times comedians will improv and you have to kind of work with them and go with it. So that's, as far as doing improv on stage, I haven't done that yet.
Okay, okay. Because I've seen there's such a range for comedians, and you've seen like Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal,
Yeah.
Robin Williams. They improv the heck out of everything,
Yeah.
but they're all crazy to begin with.
No, you
But
learn how to do that when you're working with comedians, because you have to be open. I mean, between Damon and Martin, they were very different comedians, very different style, but you learn to adjust, and you have to know that they're going to go off the script at any moment, at any time, and you have to be able to roll with them.
that is, I know that's hard to, I know you're prepared, and then you're like, what? What'd you do? But
Yeah, well, not really, because you just kind of know that and expect it, and then they have telltale signs. Like, there's certain things that Damon would do, like his eyes would kind of water over when I knew that he was about to go off book. He would squint, so I would know. I would know that he was about to go off book. He has like little tells. Martin was always off book. Like
Mm.
Martin, his style was to find the funny in between the line, which I've noticed that I do the same thing. I've taken up that same type of just trying to find the funny in between the words that are already on the page. So you know that he was going to go off book at any second.
Wow. But for you, being able to travel with your friend and do the comedy, is
Yeah.
that like a safety net, so to speak, just in case?
Uh,
Or is just, I mean, when I say
no,
safety
you know
net,
what? I honestly, this was the brainchild of our agent. Her name is Tamara Goins, African American woman, really smart, has been in this business. Just, you know, she's a stand-up comedian agent.
oh,
And so she put Kim Whitley and David Arnold, rest his soul. She put those two together because David was extremely talented, but didn't have the audience at the time. And Kim had the audience. So by putting those two together, she made magic. And then they were able to grow from there. She did the same thing with me and Finesse.
okay.
And so she just felt like we would be good for one another. And we actually are. We've worked together before. We played husband and wife in sitcoms before. We have a really great chemistry, and it's a really smart partner to have in this. So she was smart enough to put us together, and she's excited about the team. So
I mean, it sounds very exciting to hear about it. And I mean, for you to be able to, to go on a tour as a
yeah,
comedian, did
yeah,
you ever think that,
never.
I mean, I'm sure you're staying in places you never thought you'd stay before or go to places you never thought before, but it's a different audience every
Yeah.
night.
It is a
Um,
different audience. It's a different, but you know what? I'm such a people person that I really like having the getting to know people and being upfront and up close. There's an intimacy that you don't get when there's a camera between you and the audience. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So I really do like being able to be kind of more hands-on, more intimate.
So you like the energy you're always looking for. What type of energy are you looking for from the audience?
Oh, I just want
Um,
them to have a good time. I just know that, you know, this is my first time in Cincinnati, actually. I've been to Cleveland, but this is going to be my first time being in Cincinnati. And I'm just hoping that we can all go there, have fun, chop it up. You know, it's my birthday weekend, guys. My birthday
oh,
is on Sunday. So I'll be celebrating my birthday with everybody out there in Cincinnati.
All
oh, well,
right.
happy
That's right.
birthday.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Thank
Is it a big
you.
birthday, little birthday?
Every birthday is a big birthday to me. So
True. I mean, well, I should say, is it milestone? No
it's not a
milestone?
milestone. My milestone was last year,
Okay. All right. So,
but
well,
no, it's
celebrate you.
yeah,
Do
yeah, yeah.
do the best.
And I
Um,
hope everybody comes out and just have a good time. We all need to laugh. It's healing. You know what I mean? That's what I love what I do because it's such a healing, genre. So being able to get up close and get up front with Cincinnati is kind of cool for me. So I can't wait to
well,
come out there.
are you going to stay in the city or are you going to stay near the comedy club? Do you know where you're going to stay?
I have no idea. I've
Okay.
never been there. All I
Okay.
know is I'm going to get some Skyline Chili, and that's all I know.
Okay. So just to give you a few comfort zones, Skyline Graders, what we told you about. And then if you want to do some shopping, go to Kenwood Mall because you will find some deals at Kenwood Mall.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think what other if you want to do a little history, it's Freedom Center. Um, we have a lot of museums that showcase different art. Cincinnati is very heavily in the arts.
Nice.
We do have a number of Black restaurants and barbecue places, and there's a couple of good exhibits on right now.
Oh, speaking of barbecue restaurants, there's this barbecue place where my wife and I went a couple months ago called Cowboy Salaries. And that was pretty good. And that's actually in Liberty Town Center, like where
Oh,
Funny Bone is. So if you want some barbecue, you can check that out too.
Gotcha.
because I mean it Liberty Township is out in the burbs, and
It
I'm in the
is.
city. So, but we're all over the place. And I guess my one other question is, you are a heck of a singer. So
Thank
are you ever going to do another single or an album
Yeah.
or?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the reasons my end goals with doing stand up is because you mentioned her earlier, Whoopi Goldberg, back in the 80s, she did stand up on Broadway. And
Oh,
that's my ultimate goal is to do a one woman show on Broadway. So this is
Ooh,
what I'm working toward.
oh,
that sounds
really?
impressive.
That
That's
does.
my goal. So hopefully one day I'll make it there.
Oh,
I
well,
sound like a song, but
well, you know what? There are if you don't make it to Broadway, there are enough theaters around the country that you could practice on as you work out
oh yeah,
your,
that's a given.
and
Before
I
you go
mean
there, you
it's
have to go do some of the local theaters and see how it works out. But yeah, I'm not even there yet.
okay. Well, but I mean, I'm for one, I'm very happy to see your evolution and talk to you about your evolution. And whatever you do next, I know it's gonna be fantastic. And I can't wait to read the book.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Oh, I
and
didn't talk about that. No, I'm actually doing a book, but the book is I'm just not the kind of person that does the salacious tell-alls. But I'm actually my book is about me and my son's journey with autism.
Oh
yes, that's
wow.
right. Yes, because
That sounds great though. It really
it
Yeah,
does.
does.
it's amazing. I just signed with my publisher, so I'm very excited about it. I've been putting this off for 23 years since he's been born now, but I wanted to make sure he was comfortable, and he is. So,
Well, I know I have a friend who has a niece who's on the spectrum, and
yeah,
I know the family is both a joy and sometimes a little heartache, but
yeah,
I know
Yeah.
overall they are beautiful individuals who bring
absolutely.
joy to your life.
So
So,
much joy.
and I cannot wait to read what you write about your journey with your son.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a good time experiencing Cincinnati.
Thank you.
And
Thank
and
you
please
guys
come
for
back.
having me.
Oh, thank you for being here with us and to share your joy, your next evolution in your career. And thank you again for coming on.
Yes, yes, and I appreciate it. I will be there the 11th and 12th. Come celebrate my birthday with me. We're gonna have a great time. The Fun House.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it. John,
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
nice talking to you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that was fantastic, and that's it for today's show. I want to thank Andrea again for all the good chocolate news. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. And thank you, Tisha, for being on the air with
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
So
she was
this
she was great.
she's very real, very, very down to earth. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get a ticket. Because I mean, like I said before, if she can hold her own with Dwayne and Damon, she
Yeah.
can do it. I can't wait to see what's next.
You can find out more information about today's topics and past podcast episodes at www.thecincinnatiherald.com, the Steph's newsletter, or on our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast app. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. I'm John Alexander Reese,
And I'm Andrea Carter.
and have a good day.